Do you live in a world filled with corporate data? Are you plagued by siloed departments? Are your lackluster growth strategies demolishing your chances for success? Are you held captive by the evil menace, Lord Lack? Lack of time, lack of strategy, and lack of the most important and powerful tool in your superhero tool belt, knowledge. Never fear, HubHeroes. Get ready to don your cape and mask, move into action, and become the Hub Hero your organization needs. Tune in each week to join the League of Extraordinary Inbound Heroes as we help you educate, empower, and execute. HubHeroes, it's time to unite and activate your powers.
All right, so today we are actually talking about the acronym that is SEO. And I might be shocking people because we may dip into, but I doubt my attempts is to try to not talk about AEO other than right now at that moment in time. I want to talk about SEO. And it's funny, Max, you were in the Slack and you're like, hey, what are we talking about? Mm-hmm. And I almost jokingly was going to just say something random like, dill pickles and peanut butter sandwiches. But I was like, I'll let him know. I'll let him know that we're going to do SEO because I'm curious. When you saw, by the way, be completely honest, when you saw me saying, hey, we're going to talk about SEO, what did your brain do when you saw that Slack message?
I can't tell if he's with me or if we are.
And see, I was not messing with you. I really do want to talk about this. And I have this method to my madness. And Chad, did you happen to see that Slack before the show started? Where did your brain go when you saw me type in 3 big capital letters of SEO?
I went, well, I wonder what the questions are going to be. For me personally, I've never been the deepest, marketing expert. I could do marketing automations and ops and stuff for people as needed, but as a professional marketer, we all know that's been my weak spot. I'm Mr. Nerd Pants,
Well, see, sometimes I think you do yourself a disservice. I think that you have things in your brain and you don't know they're in your brain until I give you the opportunity to let them release from your brain. And I've noticed historically, you compartmentalize. There we go.
Yeah, maybe.
It's Monday. Kind of like your brain segments, if you will. So here's where I want to start. And by the way, there's a reveal that will be revealed in a short period of time. But I want to start with this question, okay? And I'll tell you why in a minute. I want to start with, and Max, you can go first because you're a content guy. You're historically SEO guy. Chad, you can follow that up, and then I may have something to say about this as well. But question number 1 around SEO, and remember, SEO at 2026. That's the year of our, that's the year we're in right now. SEO 2026. How should SEO, HubSpot, and RevOps work together now that search is influencing brand discovery more than direct clicks? What do you guys? What are your thoughts?
Can you read that one more time?
Yeah. See. Yep.
So I don't even know what you just said.
A lot of brain to unpack in there.
Too much for a Monday morning.
Yeah. It's Monday morning. Okay, because I'm trying to break down the question on purpose. How should SEO, HubSpot, and RevOps? We understand all 3 of those words so far. Work together. Now that search, SEO, is influencing brand discovery more than direct clicks.
I still don't know the answer, dude. I'll be so honest with you. I have no clue. I don't even know where to begin with that.
At a large organization, has direct really ever, people just come straight to you, they hear about you somewhere, usually, or from a friend.
Right.
Always.
Yeah. Okay. So listen, here's the fun part, and I'm going to give you the reveal. if we asked
Max
a
is
bunch
dead,
of people
dude.
that if we
Look
asked
at
a
you.
bunch of that,
You can't do this be so early on a Monday morning, Doc.
Listen. If we asked a bunch of people this question, it probably would end up very much the same way. But here's what's fun. I'm kind of am messing with you and kind of not messing with you guys during this conversation, because this morning I jumped into my HubSpot and I was like, I wonder how many humans are actually still using the HubSpot SEO tools or not. And so we'll come back to that for a second. But what I did is I went through this journey of using Breeze Assistant, our AI inside of HubSpot. We'll scroll back up in a minute, but I asked it some questions, and one of the questions I asked is like, what would the questions that I ask Max and Chad be? And by the way, it said start with lead 4. My quick advice on which one to lead with number 4. Why? It's the most HubHero specific. It plays to both Max and Chad's strengths. It avoids a generic SEO dead opener. It sets up a conversation your audience can actually apply inside of HubSpot. So I scrolled to number 4 and I read number 4 and I said, how should SEO, HubSpot, and RevOps work together now to search is influencing brand discovery more than direct clicks? And I said, I don't think that any 3 of us have ever answered this question or talked about this question. And my brain went a couple different directions, but why this may be the best one, okay? It connects to the actual HubHero sweet spot: HubSpot, strategy, CRM architecture, workflow automation, and business growth. Okay, interesting. It gives Max room to talk about how marketers should use HubSpot tools, content, and reporting. It gives Chad room to talk about lead management, lifecycle tracking, attribution, pipeline visibility, and how SEO should connect to downstream revenue systems. It also makes the conversation more useful than a generic SEO interview because it ties search to business systems, not just content publishing.
Yeah.
If you want the strongest version, ask them like this. In 2026, what does SEO success really mean if traffic is dropping but AI visibility is rising?
It's the same thing. SEO is the same thing, because it's like bot traffic is going to far surpass human traffic, but it's still got to read the web pages. So it's got to find what you're looking for. I mean, like, yes, you do want to get baked directly into bot responses, like AI responses, which is the other form of EO that we won't talk about.
Yeah, right.
But,
not to be named.
Yes, that shall not be named. But like, you got to have information on the interwebs for the bots to go find it. Right.
Right.
And so to me, like, that at least you have to have something out there. And that's that part of that, right? SEO is making sure that stuff that's indexing online content can find it easily. And it can find what you do.
Yes. And so where my brain goes with what you're saying, Chad, is this idea of what have historically people been putting on the interwebs, how that has impacted people clicking or finding their pages and getting to their website. How entire strategies have talked about like the amount of page views that somebody gets to like the thing that you might get them to do. I'll circle back around that in a minute. And then what the bots might be looking for and the difference in the content that needs to be created that hasn't historically been on the site and what transition might need to happen. Max, I love looking at your face when we're recording these, and when we're live. What, like, where is your brain now that I'm revealing the mask of what's happening here and AI and the elements that you see and kind of this more direct approach to what Chad said? Like, where's your brain right now?
I don't know. I feel like we've been saying the same thing for years. Like, it's important to create content, and like, like, yeah, it is. Like, I don't really know. Like, I don't know how many other different ways I can say it. You know, but I think the big thing that I would want people to kind of like just think about is that like search engine optimization answer engine whatever. Brother, it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing.
Yep,
it's all the same thing. Make good content, it will get found, whether it's a human being looking at it in a search engine or a bot looking at it in a search engine. I mean,
there's some strategy to
I've realized later that I've replaced Google with ChatGPT, but it's still just a search engine. Like, it's just talking back to me. Like, and even when you go to the search engine, it's still giving you AI.
It's also still like, giving you AI.
No matter what, the bot's got to go out on the internet and find it, just like the search engine had to. In fact, it's using the search engine to go to that, right? So it's like I get. I don't know. I hate all the words. Like, when I told you that it was like easy for me to like shut it off on the weekends, it's because of stuff like this. It's so hard for me to I don't know. I don't want to say care about, because it is just the same thing, but it's
have enough mental cycles to process properly.
It's just there's new words, new everything that all just means the same thing.
Okay, I'm gonna circle back to
it's just crazy. But
I'm gonna circle back around to that.
Back around to it
because there's something that I want to say about, because again, I started this conversation talking about Unbound, pre the intro, and I want to talk about something that happened at Inbound last year. Directly related to this, because by the way, there's the renaming of Unbound and the whole kind of SEO debacle we talked about. There's a thing that happened at Inbound and a thing that we're talking about now, which is SEO. But before I do that, I have a simple question. And by the way, there is no wrong answers. Max and Chad, how many humans do you think still use or pay attention to the SEO recommendations panel inside of their HubSpot portal?
I can tell you.
I doubt too many.
Okay.
It's gonna be, I can't give you a number, but it's gonna be the people who are curious admins who like to go to every page.
Yep.
And they're going to click on it and run it once in a while and then talk to their like marketing team or whatever, or their website team. Or if you have like a marketing ops person, they'll probably stumble in here every now and again. Right.
Yeah.
And then they'll click it and then they'll see, are these things we could take care of or not? And then whatever. I mean, like, it is actually really important to deal with like page load speed being like fast, and HubSpot's never been great about page load speed, and especially like crawling and indexing things are really important as well. Like, you want to make sure that Mr. Bot on the interwebs can find the thing, and then it'll feed it into the AI data sources as well. So those are two really important things.
So let me ask you a question. Have you heard on the interwebs, Max and Chad, about AI hallucinating and lying to you?
Yeah.
Would
but
you?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of a conversation around SaaS hallucinating and lying to you?
No,
I don't think so.
So one of the things, Chad, I am one of those humans that you talk about where I'm like, hey, I want to dig in, I want to see, and I want to be nerdy. The page that we're looking at right now, is this page lying to me, or is this page telling me the truth?
Well, it's telling you whoever set up those rules of things that it should look at is if it meets or doesn't meet those rules. It's heuristically coded, more or less.
Okay.
Meaning like the code is procedural. It's like, oh, check thing, if thing equals blah, then true, otherwise false, don't throw a flag, right?
Sure.
I mean, that's basically what it is, procedural code, right?
Yeah. Okay. So yes, with this part over here on the left-hand side, it's looking at things that are deemed best practices. Heck, it even says that we have introducing enhanced SEO scans. Scans are faster with upgraded SEO crawler. Please note the potential for slight variations in page counts. Max, is this screen lying to us and hallucinating or not? Now, I want you to think deeply about the domain that it is showing, and your boy George B. Thomas, and the last 14 years of doing what I've done. And just look at some of these numbers.
Total recommendations 36.
Yeah.
And total pages scanned. I feel like you have way more pages.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I? And so, and listen, in trying to prep for this, because I had done the scan, which, by the way, I had done the scan 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Point to stop in the episode. If you're listening to this episode or watching this episode, and the last time that you have rescanned the URL that is your website, and you're like, I don't know, if ever, go to this tool, scan it, just so you can see the recommendations. Now, I'm going to need to rescan it because 20 minutes ago is when I did the scan, and this is not right. There's like hundreds of pages.
Mm-hmm.
And the
you
recommendations.
Put in Sidekick strategies, right?
Oh, yeah, right here, brother. Right here, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing to pay attention to, too. Because if we go to the dub version, which, by the way, it should be all one, check this out, 1,627. So here's the thing that I want everybody else, stop in the episode. If you're watching this or listening to this and you're not sure if your dub version and your non-dub version are going to the same URL or the same place, this is something that you should investigate and make sure, because if we're sending humans to, air quotes, 2 different sites, or bots to 2 different sites, we're not getting,
they're going to find wildly different things. Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So this makes more sense to me, the dub version, because if we go to Sidekick strategies, by the way.
Yeah, you have the www redirect, right?
Yeah, we have the redirect, right? So now I don't know why HubSpot picked up 30 pages on the non-dub. This is not a failure, by the way. This is something that I need to go investigate and be like, hey, why are these 30 pages not on
only
this,
there? Yeah.
Right. So, hey, the thing that we want to let people know is that you should be digging, you should be thinking, you should be in a fixer mindset. And by the way, this will help you fix the things. Okay, so I wanted to go nerdy for a second, but I got to scan back up here. Well, actually, before I do that, when you see this page, when you see these things, it can be about the number or not about the number. Where does your brain go, if anywhere?
You got some work to do, bro.
I do have a little bit of work to do, but here's the thing.
The surprising thing to me. I feel like the recommendations are too high. It should say 0 for you.
Oh, see, first of all, you can't achieve 0.
Yeah, it's not
everybody
possible.
should know that you can't achieve 0. And by the way, Max, what's
I think
funny
George B. Thomas can achieve 0.
Is you're saying there's a lot of work to be done. I've actually seen portals that are 100x worse than this. So like if I go pick the performance one, by the way, just so you know, because there's
it's relative to page count.
Yes, because there's 1,627, this could basically be the same 2 errors on like most of these
all of
pages.
the pages, yeah.
And these performance errors could be minute, if not like non-significant importance.
Yeah, they could be very low impact.
So 240 on-page SEO and 133 user experience is actually not terrible.
Can you
what's
uncheck
crazy,
impact for low?
Yep. So we can literally go through here and we can see like all impact. And I'm just going to say, like, if we go high impact, what do we see? Right. So now I just see all the high impact stuff. And I'll even turn back on performance here. So reduce how long the page is blocked. By the way, 1,230 pages. Okay. Interesting. And we can view the pages. I won't do that. But notice it's literally like, how fast is it? Make sure all pages, resources, images, and CSS styles load. By the way, some of this you can and can't manipulate depending on if you're on HubSpot CMS or not on HubSpot CMS.
Awkward.
Reduce page layout shifts, 125 pages. Okay. But you do get a list of things that you could start to look at this, improve page load time. Isn't that the same thing as kind of this right here? Like they're almost the same thing. Notice a lot of pages here. Which, by the way, even though I have these errors, people still find me. I'm still getting leads by humans or conversations with humans. I'm still, by the way, getting not to be named AEO. In other words, humans reaching out because they found me in LLMs, but even like correctly sized image. But after that,
you know, what would be so much better here. Like,
okay,
also,
yes.
what I'm just saying is like, it looks like it's saying, here's what's wrong. And then it's giving you like a generic description of what's happening. But like, why, like, why can't it just go analyze your site with some AI and like say, hey, this image is what's doing this, or
so it does. If you come to this next page, you can literally like go and look at the thing and view like the page that it's and it'll give you the information.
This page has a total blocking time 205. The benchmark is 200.
Yep. If it's images, it will literally show you, because I think I have had some correctly sized images. It'll show you like view the images. This
image.
And it's like oh, okay. Like, so you're giving me an error because of my HubHeroes thumbnail? Like, whatever, thanks. I guess I'll go resize it. Which, by the way, like thumbnail, okay. Like, a logo,
yeah, it's all little dinky things.
It's little dinky things. So, do I even care about this? You know, like this number, this 258 or not? So bottom line here, though, is the basics, right? And you guys kind of were leaning into this. Just because there's a new acronym in town doesn't mean that you should give up the old acronym, because the old acronym is tied to the new acronym, and you should be digging in and seeing what you can fix on the thing that is for now humans and for bots. Okay? All right. So we can, I want to dig in, by the way, to it. There's SEO recommendations. We'll go to SEO analytics in a hot minute because. But here's the thing. I want to scroll up and I want to ask you guys the question. The first question said lead with 4, and we kind of had Max Meltdown on number 4. But number 1, what does SEO success actually look like in 2026 if traffic is down but visibility is up?
I feel like that was like a HubSpot tagline for something recently. I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere.
What does this mean? What is visibility?
Like from the stage. It means like, you know, people are getting like actual things are actually happening, but the actual SEO metrics don't look like they're doing what they used to do. Yeah. So like the way you used to successfully measure that SEO was helpful, those are not being hit by the humans or coming in on UTMs or whatever anymore, right?
Yeah.
Or as much. But with like other things, they're coming in from other ways because the bot traffic is increasing exponentially, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So let me go to the bottom of this. Max's background as a former HubSpot product trainer and solutions engineer makes this a strong strategic lens question. By the way, LinkedIn fetched, because I gave it LinkedIn, Max Cohen's LinkedIn. I gave it Chad's LinkedIn, by the way, when I asked this question. You'll see up here. What are the top 4 questions I should ask Max and Chad from the HubHeroes podcast about SEO and their thoughts? Gave the website HubHeroes Podcast and then your guys' LinkedIn. So it's literally Chad's RevOps GTM system background makes it likely he'll connect SEO visibility to funnel quality and revenue attribution. What did you just say about UTMs?
Right. The UTMs aren't coming in anymore like they used to, you know, but it's still getting people in the door, right? Because, well, and that's like the definition of funnel quality, right? I mean, is the AI is helping be a funnel out there, right? Because of all the bot indexing and traffic, and more people are just going to their LLM for search, because they get a more specific, tailored to them, broader answer, and they're already in that app a lot anyway.
Yep. So the real question that I want to ask Max, Chad, when you see AI overviews, 0-click search, branded search, citations, and pipeline impact, is there any place that your brain goes where you're like, dealt with that, been there, done that, or in 2026, like, maybe how your brain is tweaking or changing around that?
I mean, like, we've done 2 big things at Happily, at least, that we've seen a lot of success with is we've built like super in-depth competitor guides that get picked up like the LLMs like crazy, right? When you've got people that are because at least like in our industry, there's a lot of people that are just like on ChatGPT trying to like figure event stuff out with HubSpot, right? A ton of our traffic comes from LLMs. It's crazy, but like we make these in-depth comparison guides not because we think some sort of human's going to read them, but we know some LLM is going to scan them and read them, right? But I mean, a calculus ain't that different from before. Like you make content because someone's going to search it and find it and search it, and it's like
it doesn't matter if it's like human organic meat cameras or if it's AI cameras.
Exactly,
meat cameras. Oh my gosh, that's an interesting term.
And then but then the other thing is we're running ChatGPT ads like crazy, and they're cranking. ChatGPT ads are nuts.
Interesting.
I don't know if I love that, but I mean,
I know. I wanted to like deep sigh on that, but then also as a marketer, I was immediately transported back to a conversation that in like 2014, 2015, Marcus and I were having on the Hubcast podcast that we used to do about pop-ups and how we hated pop-ups. But then when we saw a 400% increase, we loved pop-ups. Like, you want to hate it, love it type scenario.
I'm really scared about AI ads being like very non-obvious and people being like, oh, when people are asking about this, like really try to convince them to buy this thing. That exactly to me is terrifying.
Interesting.
I do not like
it's like highest bidder wins, and it's right there in your LLM, which you have so much kind of rapport with because it learns you and knows you, especially like more basic users, right?
Yeah, dude. Think about how much better that knows you than like a Facebook pixel. You know what I mean? Like,
can we be honest?
Yeah.
Let's talk about how that probably knows you better than most of your relatives.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I mean, okay, so not why we're here. That's a totally different episode. But Max, you talked about comparisons and guides, and Chad, I know you have some historical knowledge on this too. But when you look at other organizations and you think of like the top 5 to 10 pages of the number of things that come to that page. Would you say that you've historically seen like the home pages always with like number 1 or within the top 5 pages of traffic for a brand? It just makes sense. People are going to the home page. Right. So here's in my attempts to get people to start digging. I want you to go to SEO analytics because I want you to be able to do things like, hey, look over the last quarter and then look at, total pages, which by the way, we're up 108.33% in the last quarter of pages being viewed, right? Total impressions. But more than that, go to the pages and look at what's happening to the pages. And so for instance, Max, you said about comprehensive guides. I would also ask anybody to see within the top 10, because these are like 10 results. You don't see my homepage. There's a tip there. You don't see my homepage. My homepage is like, it's a ways down because I want them to find me for other reasons. And so, for instance, this 105,000 over the last quarter impressions, 27 clicks, by the way. I know that I want to work on the clicks because it's got a pretty decent position, but I want everybody to realize this is HubSpot Hub's complete guide. So this is a complete guide on HubSpot Hubs, right? And so if you start to look at the things here, his HubSpot CRM sales and marketing, HubSpot's complete guide for users and admins. How much does HubSpot Hubs cost? What is a topic cluster? Oh my God, SEO. Which, by the way, I was looking at this and then Max was like, what are we talking about today? And I typed in SEO because if you notice the first, what is that? 150, 175, maybe 180,000 impressions over the last quarter. HubSpot.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we've got SEO is two SEOs right in there. Right. So are people still wondering about topic clusters? Are people still wondering about SEO?
Something is,
or somebody is, right? And so I want people to dig into the SEO analytics and see what's happening, because the historical homepage in the first 5 results is going away because of what is being looked at on your website. And there are some telltale signs of what you should be creating, because I agree, Max, you should be still creating content. You should not be having a conversation of content is dead or that SEO is dead. SEO is part of what's happening. And I'm going to ask you guys, when you see this, where your brain goes. But before that, I want to tie back to something I said I was going to tie back earlier. And that is inbound last year. I saw Yamini on stage talking about the things that she was talking about. And I started laughing. I leaned over to, I believe it might have been Chris Carolyn or somebody sitting next to me. And I was like, They Ask You Answer is the best AEO. That's the only other time I'm going to mention it other than in the intro. The They Ask You Answer is the best AEO strategy that we never knew was going to be an AEO strategy, because it was a great human.
Yep.
Oh, hang on. SEO strategy, right? It's been a while since I threw one of those down, by the way. Yeah. And so, Giga Chad coming out. So I hope people are understanding how directly tied AEO is to SEO, and how human first, value first, content driven this whole conversation needs to be as people move forward. Hence why I'm literally doing a 10-week training that is AI content systems. Like, can you use this stuff for other stuff? Yes, but creating a content system to produce content to get, because by the way, this HubSpot Hub's complete guide, did I use my AI assistant to help me build and create this? Absolutely. So can AI content be powerful and be found and get people to the site? Absolutely. Like, again, dependent upon, but when you guys see this, where does your brain go? Or around this conversation that I'm having right now?
I mean, I go back to that point you made about your homepage not being in there. I think it's like a really, this is something I've always kind of thought about. Like, if people are just finding your homepage, that's not necessarily like a good thing, right? Like, that doesn't mean you're doing inbound. That means like somebody told them about your brand name and they Googled it, right? Which is not a sign of a healthy content strategy necessarily, right? People shouldn't be finding you through your homepage. I mean, no. Let me pull this back. Yeah. If your brand is out there getting good brand awareness and people are talking about it and finding you by landing on your homepage, that's great, right? Yeah. It doesn't mean like your content's doing well. Like, you want, in theory, if you really want to, like, go hard on the content side of things, you want to make content people are actually searching for and have that always be the top stuff, right? Yep. Like, you're here getting found for like people trying to understand the difference between all the different hubs. That's exactly the people you're trying to sell to, George. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And you know that like those people are curious about this, which means they would be in your demographic, right? Yep. And you're building trust with them as they read that content and become smarter from it. Right. Yeah. Or their LLM does whatever. I don't even know. Yeah. Whichever. Anyway, who's looking at websites anymore? Right. And so like, it's that's kind of always what I told people. It's like, you don't just want your homepage. Like, you want the stuff that you're writing about that people are actually looking for to be what shows up in here, especially at the top. Yep.
Chad, where does your brain go?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, the more ways that people have to find something that is useful, as we always talk about, the more relational trust that gets built, and the more that people are willing to move down that funnel of marketing, and I think for me, the biggest thing is like really being able to understand how effective something is as well. Like, not knowing just, okay, well, it got people to see the thing. I mean, that's good. But like, sometimes I'm looking for something online and I end up on somebody's blog and I'm like, that was a little bit useful, but like I totally don't remember who I saw, right? But if it really is valuable, then I start to remember that more, right? And then that also is something you need to be able to tell. Okay, great. I'm position 6 on the search engine, but what about like, actually being able to understand if that actually brought me any deals, or what kind of what kind of impact did it make at the end of the day? That also could be useful. So I don't know. I mean, it's like same but different, I guess, right? Is what everything is. It's all still the same motions, but
different directions. Same motion, different directions. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. One last tool before we get out of here. I went to my topic clusters. I was like, hey, I wonder how many people are using topic clusters, if they're actually building these out and paying attention to them. By the way, this is all of this was to have this conversation and to get to one tab, because I have one wish list item, by the way. But before I talk about my wish list item, if you think about SEO, if you think about AEO, if you think about the users that we're talking about, if you think about HubSpot, the platform, do you have a wish list item that you were like, I wish humans would do this, or I wish HubSpot would do this, or I wish to like end the episode? Like if take all of what we talked about and give me one wish list item, where does your brain go?
A wish list item about the SEO and the AEO stuff?
It could be about SEO, AEO. It could be the humans and what they're talking about around it. It could, whatever. What do you want, Max? What's your 8/24/2026 wish list item?
I just want custom object webhooks for public apps, bro. It's all I need. It's literally all I want. Nothing.
It's all I want.
That might be a different conversation in a different episode as well.
I mean, eventually you're going to want a WebSocket connection to HubSpot or something with the public app. That'd be dope. Anyway,
it's interesting you guys are going in this direction. You'll see why in a minute. But go.
I gotta
Chad,
run. I gotta run. I have a hard
Chad.
stop right now.
What's your?
I'm thinking like that it would be something along the lines of, well, and this may exist on the EO that shall not be named, but like, the knowledge base agent, how it goes through your support tickets. And it's like, hey, based on what you've received, this is what you should do.
Yep.
That'd be dope. Right.
Yep. So for me, it's this right here. HubSpot does not offer a public API endpoint for programmatically managing its native SEO topics cluster and pillar page. And while I'm waiting for HubSpot to actually give me an API to the SEO topics tool, you make sure you're being a happy, helpful, humble human. And of course, doing some happy HubSpotting along the way. Okay, Hub Heroes, we've reached the end of another episode. Will Lord Lack continue to loom over the community, or will we be able to defeat him in the next episode of the Hub Heroes Podcast? Make sure you tune in and find out in the next episode. Make sure you head over to thehubheroes.com to get the latest episodes and become part of the League of Heroes. FYI, if you're part of the League of Heroes, you'll get the show notes right in your inbox, and they come with some hidden power-up potential as well. Make sure you share this podcast with a friend, leave a review if you like what you're listening to, and use the hashtag HubHeroes Podcast on any of the socials, and let us know what strategy conversation you'd like to listen into next. Until next time, when we meet and combine our forces, remember to be a happy, helpful, humble human, and of course, always be looking for a way to be someone's hero.